Hey there, my fellow anglers and friends. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into an exciting forecast for Friday, January 30th, 2026. And let me tell you, this day is shaping up to be truly special for fishing across parts of our magnificent Australian continent. Get ready, because the summer heat is on, the water is buzzing, and the fish are definitely on the move. We've got a fantastic blend of warm water activity and a prime moon phase that could make for some unforgettable catches. So, grab your coffee, sit back, and let's unlock the secrets to a cracking day on the water. First up, let's talk about some of our star species for this period. The mighty Barramundi in our northern waters are absolutely going to be on the bite. In late January, with those monsoonal rains settling, the mangrove creeks and estuaries of the top end are just teeming with juvenile prawns and baitfish. This is where the Barra will be seeking out these feeding opportunities. Friends, focus your efforts around snags, fallen timber, and creek mouths, especially on an outgoing tide. A baitcaster set up with a medium-heavy rod and a reel spooled with 30 to 50-pound braid is your go-to. Hard-bodied lures in natural baitfish patterns, soft plastics, and even live mullet or prawns will tempt these iconic Aussie fish. Remember, extreme heat might make them seek deeper, cooler waters during the harsh midday sun. Next, let's head down the coast for some thrilling Yellowtail Kingfish action. January is a great month for these powerful fighters, both inshore and offshore. Kingfish love structure, so look for them around reefs, bommies, and even larger channel markers. They'll also patrol headlands and ocean washes. For these speedsters, a good quality spinning reel spooled with 30 to 80-pound braid on a medium-heavy rod is essential. Live baits like squid, yakka, or slimy mackerel are deadly, either slowly drifted or trolled. Don't shy away from throwing large stick baits or metal jigs around schools of baitfish, especially during those early morning or late afternoon feeding frenzies. And for some lighter tackle fun that the whole family can enjoy, we're targeting Dusky Flathead. January is prime time for flathead, particularly in the estuaries and bays of our southern regions. They love to lie and wait in sandy channels, along weed beds, and near drop-offs. Focus on the flats, particularly during a run-in tide when they move into shallower waters to feed. My advice, friends, is to use soft plastics. Think 5 to 7-inch curl-tail grubs or paddle tails in natural baitfish colors. Work them slowly along the bottom, bouncing them gently through those sandy patches. If you prefer bait, a pilchard fillet or a live poddy mullet drifted along the bottom will be absolutely deadly. Keep an eye out for drains and eddies, as flathead will often position themselves there to intercept passing bait. Now, let's break down the conditions. For January 30th, 2026, Australia is right in the middle of summer. Expect generally warm to hot conditions. In the coastal cities like Sydney and Brisbane, daytime highs will likely be in the low to mid-80s Fahrenheit or around 27 to 29 degrees Celsius, with pleasant sea breezes. Southern regions, such as Melbourne, will be a bit milder, in the low to mid-70s Fahrenheit or 21 to 24 degrees Celsius. The tropical north, think Darwin and Cairns, will be hot and humid, with temperatures commonly around 90 degrees Fahrenheit or 32 degrees Celsius, and a higher chance of rainfall as it's the wet season. For most of the country, though, we're looking at generally dry conditions with gentle to moderate winds. Atmospheric pressure often remains relatively stable during settled summer weather, which typically bodes well for fishing activity, but always be mindful of localized storm cells, especially up north, which can cause sudden pressure drops that make fish finicky. Water temperature across Australia will be wonderfully warm. In the tropical north, we're looking at average sea temperatures around 80 degrees Fahrenheit or 27 degrees Celsius, making for perfect swimming and active fish. Coastal areas like Sydney and Perth will see water temperatures averaging 74 degrees Fahrenheit or 23 degrees Celsius. Even in Melbourne, the water will be comfortable, ranging from 64 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit or 18 to 20 degrees Celsius. Warm water generally means higher fish metabolism and increased activity, so expect energetic bites. However, during the peak of the day's heat, fish might retreat to deeper, cooler sections. And the moon phase for January 30th, 2026? Well, be under a strong waxing gibbous moon with about 93 to 95% of the moon illuminated. Many seasoned anglers, myself included, believe this phase leading up to the full moon is excellent for fishing. The increased gravitational pull can lead to stronger tidal movements, which stir up bait and create prime feeding conditions. This is especially true around dawn and dusk, so plan your outings accordingly, my friends. Considering all these factors, the warm summer waters, the active species, the generally stable conditions, and that powerful waxing gibbous moon, my overall assessment for fishing in Australia on January 30th, 2026 is a good to excellent bite. The primary reason for this positive outlook is the combination of high water temperatures stimulating fish activity and the advantageous lunar phase driving strong feeding patterns. Just be mindful of the midday heat in some regions and adapt by seeking shade or fishing the cooler parts of the day. So there you have it, my friends. Get your gear ready, check those local tides and head out there. I wish you all bent rods and screaming reels. May you have nothing but tight lines and memorable catches. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss any of my future fishing forecasts. And I want to hear from you in the comments below. What are your go-to summer fishing spots in Australia? What's your secret weapon for landing a big one in January? Share your tips and let's keep this awesome community growing. Until next time, tight lines and happy fishing.